Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to a Gran Turismo video. I'm your humble host, Mike Camo. Here to give you another video on the Z cars. For those of you who don't know, I actually put liveries on them, so I'm just gonna. You guys can check that video. It's the one I recorded a couple of days ago, so. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to tune this car up today, and I'm going to give it another week saving procedure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a As you guys notice, I've already given them brakes and stuff like that, so I really don't need these both have fully customizable racing transmissions, so I'm not going to use them at any point. So what I'm going to do now, you guys notice that I also have a stroke out there and some other stuff, and I have a high octane turbocharger, which will put my horsepower way up. So we're going to just do some semi-racing tuning. I'm not really going to do anything big. I'm going to put a full customized LSD on it, and no, it's not a drill, thank you very much. I already have all these parts, so I'm just going to do tuning. So I'm going to go for... So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to go for full customized give it some racing power, give it this new horsepower, and I'm just going to do the bore up right now for it. I'm going to do the bore up for it. It's going to put it up to 3 liters. Give it some more horsepower. Not going to put the camshaft on yet. That's going to come a little bit later. And stuff like that. So, and it's going to get a weight reduction. It's going to be 26 pounds. So it loses some horsepower, and we're gonna go test this. Now I've tuned the engine sounds down a little bit, so you guys will not be able to hear it as well as it usually was. I'll tune it up for part of the clip, and then I'll tune it back down so you guys can hear my voice, because you guys won't be able to hear me if I decide to get loud. So you guys could probably hear me now, but I'm just going to put it on sunrise, and we're going to go for a lap around Road Atlanta, and then I'm going to do the same tuning bits to the other car, even though it doesn't need a lot of that stuff. It's still going to need... I'm not going to tune up the other one because that one already has a lot of horsepower, and I really don't need to give that one anymore. 591 is a lot. Plus, as you guys remember, it has some of the fastest racing times. So this is the original turbo 36. This is what this did last time. And none of these cars are really registering, so because they're so old. But I will remember the lap times and stuff like that. You guys will notice the engine will probably be, once I do a lap, tune the suspension and stuff like that with this car. You guys will notice I gave it a nice paint job. Now, I believe this car did 31 last time because some odd reason this car's times did not register. The car may be a little slow because the car has the same aerodynamics. Now, this car actually has upgraded aerodynamics. You guys notice it didn't super over the wing. This one, I had to give this a little reset, so it looks a little different. You guys can't really hear it much, but it is infinitely louder than the original. It's probably got more horsepower. I think this only got to like 150 before the 150 last time, so right in the realm. I think this has got more power, and this is going to go a bit faster, I believe. It might match the other car. First lap's not as aggressive. Seems to be so it's about a second and a half quicker than this. So the car's about a second and a half quicker than it would originally have been. So remember, we only gave this thing 20 more. We only gave this thing about 20 more horsepower, so yeah, so we only gave this thing about 20 more horsepower, and yeah, we only gave this about 20 more horsepower, and well, the sport computer would have nothing. So yeah, let's see. What are the RPMs on this thing? actually. Alright, 7,200, which is going to dictate a medium to high turbocharger, which is what I might do next to it. So this car has done a 35, which should register. Alright, which should register here. Yeah, so that's just going to be replaced. That's the new. That's the new lap speed. So I'm going to see what the other one does to give you guys a base of what's going to happen with the other one. The other one I know was slightly faster because we gave it better tires, and I don't remember not picking change car. Game. Stop being a dick. So this is, I will tell you guys about this. This is going to be a mileage and horsepower mileage controller. So those of you who don't know, this car has the same specs. It just has more horsepower, and it has about horsepower, and it has a lot more top speed. It also has a much bigger engine, and it can still do the high RPM turbocharger. So this one actually has a traditional MCGT. This one has a traditional MCGT car body kit on. This is not the real MCGT race car that I actually competed in. The 300ZX and the turbo ballistic 300 turbo cars. Because those were some interesting times in history. So people give it this livery. So give it proper livery was. Just good at giving two period correct ones, because this one is going to be the period correct one. And this was the one for the livery I have on it. Was the Super GT and the GT Grand Touring Car Championship back in the 90s. So this is that livery, and they used it over here. So 74 miles an hour. There's a huge difference in top speed between the two vehicles. Huge difference. There's 20 miles an hour. The other car goes about 20 miles an hour slower, which translates into this one a lot of times, which is why this car is 3 seconds quicker. I'm going to try to get this thing a little faster. So this thing is currently 3.5 seconds faster. Now I actually have done a GTR. I've actually done the other Z car, the 350Z, and that actually had a rear race motor in it. This one doesn't. Also, I have a deep wing because that's what the car did. The car had a much bigger wing. I'm hoping sometime in the future, Gran Turismo does actually feature the Steve Miller cars at some point. So it's just because cars, you guys did these cars back in the day. These cars would sound like these cars would have the same racing tuning as a lot of the big race car motor things like they would really be stupid, but they really would be stupid vacuum sounds, and then Corvette would have vacuum sounds going on, all that stuff. Seconds, which is about almost 3.647. That is almost, those makes no difference, about 4 seconds a lap faster. Actually, no, it's about 3.5 seconds. Actually, it's about 3.5 seconds a lap faster than the other Z. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue building the Z, and I just did 14 miles. I just did 14 miles in 6 laps, which is a lot. So I think I've driven like over 50 miles, maybe with 100 cars or something like that at Road Atlanta. I know the most I recorded in one session of Road Atlanta was like 60. So I probably have I have a couple thousand miles on Road Atlanta already. So so we're gonna do some more tuning, and we're gonna get the other car. So I just wanted to reiterate. So the Corvette I have up here is going to be a car that's going to be a future build. This RA272 is going to be a build. This is also going to be a build. This Mazda 19 might be a build at one point, and this Toyota Tundra TRD might have a race engine in it, and this Hymetic, hopefully they give it a 2JZ, because this thing is super slow. Even with a turbo and even with 5 and 14 horsepower, even though it has as much horsepower as an early Nissan GTR Skyline GTR, it still can't overcome the weight limit because it's the aerodynamics of a freaking brick. So yeah. So we're going to choose back to the IMSA, the early IMSA one. This looks like it's from Kendall GT1 Box Shop. This is like early 70s. Bob Sharp, Scott Sharp's dad. That's the livery his cars used to carry way back in the day. So, all right. So I'm going to go with tuning, more tuning. And I'm going to go with a stroke up. So that's going to give it more displacement. And I'm going to give it a stroke up S, which is going to give it 3.3 liters of displacement. It's going to have like an Indy. Why did I do that? So it's got 359 horsepower. I want it to have a little bit more than that because it's starting to lag behind the other car a little bit. So I want to give it a racing crankshaft now. I want to give it a racing power because it needs to put all this power down. So it's got 370 horse. No anti-lag system yet. I could put the higher camshafts, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do out of camshaft and polished engine balancing, get it off 420 horsepower, and we're going to start to kind of chip into the lap times of this other 350, this other 300ZX, because I want to give this thing so much power that it has less weight now, but it also is down 100 and it's also down 171. Yeah, so down 171 horsepower, so it's going to need every advantage you can get. So I'm just going to pick Rotolancer again, do this in the afternoon so I can have a little bit more light, try to experiment with the temperatures a little bit. I'm not going to go to racing slicks just yet because that would mean that the other car would need racing slicks just to compete with it, and I'm going to just show you some of the revised stats, because as I tune this car, the RPMs will go higher and the top speed will go higher as well. And if the car doesn't track very well, then it means I'll have to put on racing tires. What we're going to do is we're going to go into settings, car settings, and we're going to go into transmission, and you're going to notice that it has a higher RPM range now. So it has a higher RPM range now, and when I do engine polishing and all this other stuff, you're going to start to see the engine climb in power. So this car originally had 7,000 RPM. So and this car went up like 800 RPM. You're going to see the horsepower. The horsepower climb. You're going to start to see this car do a little bit better. Even though the stock turbocharger is no longer able to keep up with this, the lag on this thing is horrible. Just want to give you guys a little side note. I don't mind these cars because I think they're cool. I think the VR engines and others I don't think so. These race cars are super, super cool. And I always had a special place in my heart for these because I think they're just cool looking bodies. I mean, you could not like this shit. I don't know what people can say no to this shit. It's just a super cool wedge shape. A lot of cars in the 80s and 90s were known for this shape because it's kind of the norm. This was kind of what the Porsche was doing, so everybody was like, oh yeah, everything's going to be wedge shaped now, so we're going to make everything wedge shaped. The Japanese were like, oh yeah, let's make it wedge shaped. And it suited American buyers very well. American race teams apparently liked it because they were very successful. John Connell got his first ever GT win in these racing for sports cars. 10 miles an hour faster, straight line. So it's cut about 3 seconds off. Now, I didn't get a really good run that first lap. So we'll see what we do on lap 2. So the great thing is in this game they don't disallow your laps, so you can actually do absolutely these cars. Because in the previous games you had to redo it if you guys wanted to have any idea of this thing. Get it to something like this way shit. And I'm happy it's 2 seconds faster. It's almost 2 seconds faster than the car racing suspension, so it's only 10 miles an hour down on the other car. So I reckon with 500 horsepower, this thing, with 500-600 horsepower, this thing could be right there. But remember, we haven't given this thing a racing tire yet, so we don't know yet. 32 seconds. It's almost a second. It's almost a second and a half off. So 0.05 off. I'm happy with that. So we're going to go to rankings board and remember these lap times. So I'm probably thinking that these are going to be in the 700s now, so these lap times are probably bumped off. But yeah, so the lap time for the other 300ZX was 31.7. The other lap time was 32.7. So with some minor tuning and some tires and some suspension tuning, the car was able to get within about a second of about 2 seconds, about a second of the other car, because at 32.7 and the other doing a actually no, we got within a second of the other car. I'll review the footage. I think it was a second or less. I might be wrong. I'll do the calculations and I'll tell you guys where I aired in the where I aired. So, and I think we're about to get a roulette ticket. So there's that. So now it comes to the part of the video where I turn up the difficulty just a little bit, but I'm going to see what this roll of ticket's going to give me first. Usually 3 stars really don't give you anything good. Usually it's complete garbage. If it gives you gold, which it never will, I'd rather Corvette. Yeah, semi-racing muffler for a car, McLaren 12C bogus. I don't even like that car, so we're gonna just. So now what we're gonna do is we're now gonna start to put racing tires on these cars and see what they're really gonna do. Since they're in about a second up on each other, I'm comfortable with giving these cars racing tires, and we're gonna give these cars the same race tires. Same race tires all around, so we're going to give these racing mediums, and I can buy these for the other car when we get to the track anyway because of those. I should have not nixed out of the menu because I could have bought the tires for the other car, so I'm going to do that. I'm guessing this car is going to be a couple seconds faster, and why did I X out of that? Why did I X out of that? So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this episode. This is going to be recorded this is being recorded on Sunday afternoon at about 4 o'clock. I want to try to get to watch the NASCAR race today, so I'm going to try to do this very quick, and then I'm going to we're going to still do afternoon. Because they're racing at Watkins Glen today, so I wanted to get into the the mood of racing, and then watch Watkins Glen for the last 2 hours, because I'm only going to be recording here. I think I've been only here for about half an hour, so and change car. Career shop. I'm going to go with the mediums and subsequently change them into those racing mediums. And then we're going to change cars again. And then we're going to go to the IMSA car. Which have racing mediums on them. So, so the IMSA car went 32.7. So I'm thinking we're going to be in the 20s next time. Taking its usual trajectory through the corner. I don't have to really back off the accelerator all that much because I'm on these tires. Car's not struggling for traction now, as you can see. It's going absolutely ballistic and strong. Stuck to our guns and we had just the car's definitely going to be faster. I don't know how much faster. Oh, that's significantly faster. That's a 28. That's not the best I can get out of this car. Not by a long shot. Seconds, and that is way faster than 32 it did. 32 it did already, so that is unbelievably quick. And since we're in the 6s now, I think we might be in the standings a little bit more rankings. Not quite. So we did a 27, so we're just below what the other car is. So the other one did a 31 and change. I'm thinking because it's got more power and it's got slightly better traction, Next car. Yep. The car is going to end up being faster. This car is going to end up being faster. There's no doubt about that. That sounds cool, Meg. I'll see you then. Nope, 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 nope. That sounds cool, Meg. I'll see you then. So I guess I'll do tomorrow. So this first lap is not going to be pretty. So this car is a little higher, is a little lower revving than the other one. That's because I haven't really been too it's a little faster. It's good on its own already. You see it's already, this is already faster, and I bet you in a straight line. It's probably not going to be quicker, but it's the corners. It's the speeds between the corners that are really make this thing popping. When we get to the really cool bits, I mean, really spec this car up. Yeah, this car is about 10 miles an hour. That is still quicker, but it's cornering and braking at a better rate than the other one. So I'm expecting this to be a little bit quicker, but not that much. So that's a 27, so they're about evenly matched, but I'm not happy about the lap time. So they're about even. Second and a half ahead, so we're about 2 seconds ahead. We're around the same mile an hour, but we're also quicker, 2.1 seconds quicker. I'm happy with that. So we're now in the 24. So we're now in the 25s. Actually, yeah, we're about 2 seconds quicker now. Board. All right, so this is the Nissan with the 2800. They now tell you the horsepower, so now you can tell which the lap time was. So this one was the 330. Even though, so this car is about about 2.5 seconds quicker than the other one. So, and I kind of expected that on race tires. So I'm just gonna leave. Can't believe I've already done like. Can't believe I've already done 39 miles in this game already. So yeah, so that's like kind of where I want to stop today. So, because where I kind of want to stop today. I will tell you this. So I'm just going to go to the garage. And I'm going to get in. I'm going to get in this, and I'm just going to talk to you guys. By the way, here's my new version. Kind of fits the blue, Honda and stuff like that. Skate movies, and just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what's happening right now. So so we're in. I wish we actually had this racetrack. Wish we had a racetrack like that going on the hills. I think this is the Nürburgring, where a car like this would have actually run on the Nürburgring back in the 1960s. Actually, even though the engines probably couldn't have lasted any longer. So, but yeah, guys, I'm here to tell you guys that I'm going to shove my mic from that to the front of my desk. So, actually, I like it the way it is right here. So, I just wanted to tell you guys that the car you see on screen right now is an RA272. It is the Formula One car from like 1964, 1965, and it is probably going to be it's going to be one of the projects that I go along with, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. The other Honda that is in this game is like $8 million, and I have to grind away from that. Hey, it's in Japan, right in its home country. Cool. So cars like this, another Japanese town that it's going through because of the pagoda style thing in the back, and I think this is also a motorway ATC, and I think this is also another motorway in Japan. I just wanted to say, guys, that the 300ZX battle is probably going to be going on till the end of August, and then September is probably end of August or September is probably going to be when I'm going to be doing the other projects. The MC12 is probably going to be I'm going to introduce that at some point in August. Maybe I'll do that as a separate series, as a supercar series, and put it on another day. So I'll get this done a little faster. I might do supercar series. I might do a modern supercar battle series and modern supercar series. Modern supercar series. Kind of a review, and then I might do classic cars. So I might do this and the Chevrolet Corvette back to back. So I might have a classic car episode that maybe airs Thursday, and then I will have I'll have a modern. I know the 300ZX is considered a modern, but I'm going to do a classic cars like the 58 and the 65 cars are considered classic. 89, I know they're classics, but it's more of a engine swap. The one I'm doing right now is more of an engine swap battle. So, and then the more modern looking cars like the MC12 might be on a Monday. So, and then I also might do the maybe a budget supercar, maybe a supercar engine, maybe a supercar style thing where I'll put the little Mazda 3 versus something else, and something else. So it'll be cool. And when I get more classic cars, roll through, I'll try to buy them. So like I want to try a lot of the engine tunes and stuff like that. Like I may just do a 1-episode wonder where it'll just be me doing tuning, and I'll just tune the car up to its maximum, and then we'll do lap times like on racetracks and stuff like that. I think the Camaro SZ28, which is going to have the LT4 motor in it, that's going to be a thing. That's definitely going to be a project I'm going to do for classics. I'm going to do for the classic. I'm going to be doing for classic cars and stuff like that, and the tuning for that. So you guys will see how the genius will happen from time to time. But I hope you guys just enjoy this episode. You guys are along for the ride, and you guys just don't mind. You guys aren't minding that I'm doing episodes every other day or every other day and whatnot. So I bid you guys all farewell, and I bid you guys a farewell for this episode. Obviously, not a farewell entirely, but I bid you a farewell for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next edition next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next Monday for maybe some race tuning of the 300s, and then we'll roll on to the other cars in September. So I'm probably thinking the 300ZX thing will probably end next week, or maybe early September, we'll see. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Good night.